What's going on, everyone? In today's video, I've got a redesigned bulwark build for you, and I know that there's some people that don't really like using the bulwark build because obviously you have to use a pistol, and a lot of players don't like using the pistol. But I've also got a modified version of it that plays very similar to Hunter's Fury. However, unlike Hunter's Fury, I've personally found it to be more usable on higher difficulty content. Now, the first build that we're going to look at is my updated bulwark shield build. Now, just to get the only weakness of this build really out of the way for PvE, and that's the special ammunition for the Black Tusk or the White Tusk. They get the EMP bullets, basically, or the disruptor bullets, whatever they call them. And honestly, that is just the worst nightmare for a shield build. Unless you are stacking, near 100% disrupt resistance, those bullets just ruin your day. So if you can avoid those in your directives, this build can really carry you through a lot of the content. I mean, it's great for group play, it's great for solo play, and you're not left with the feeling of having to just hide and cover or hide in a single room the entire time. You can move out, you can flank enemies, you can do what you need to do, survive, do damage, and carry on. So you can keep going higher and higher, and that's a huge benefit. So if you're looking for something to get you through Summit, this is pretty much what I've been using to do that. Now, of course, like any good bulwark build, I am using the Liberty pistol. And of course, like I've said before, I'm not trying to get headshots with it. I'm, holding those stacks for when I need them. So basically, as long as I'm just getting body shots, I'm holding on to that 30% weapon damage bonus. My mask is Coyote, fairly simple understanding that. My backpack is going to be Cheska Vroba, getting that 10% crit hit chance. And I've got Vigilance on it, so I can get that 25% total weapon damage. Now, my chest piece is the Everyday Carrier. Obviously, it's got, the armor regen because it's Bellstone, but I've also got armor and armor regen on it with crit hit damage. Now, for some reason, it took off my mods when I wasn't even paying attention, but both of the mods on my backpack and my chest are going to be crit chance. Now, obviously, the chest piece does come with Perfectly Efficient, and that just gives me, a lot more armor kits in case I need them. But there are a few times where I definitely need a more substantial healing than just the regen will allow. Now, my gloves, Motherly Love, obviously for that shield health, but it's got armor and crit damage. And again, my Forge, armor, shield health, and crit damage. Now, these do provide a lot of health for my shield. And then my last piece is going to be the Murakami Emperor's Guard. This basically just gives me the skill tier, armor regen, and another armor regen. So basically the whole idea of this build is I can do a little bit of damage, but I've got a huge amount of health on my shield. So I have 14 million health on my shield, but I've got 2 yellow tiers from the Technician and from the knee pads. So I do have a slightly better hive than I would if I was just a all, blue build or, whatever. So I do get 39% skill repair with my Artificer hive, meaning that I can basically heal, about 5 million or so, 5-6 million on my shield every time, like every 10 seconds. So that comes in really handy. That's really nice for actually staying in a fight. Now, looking at my actual pistol itself, you can see that I do have 47.7 crit chance with 100 crit damage. Now, obviously, since I am using the Coyote's mask, I can use this to my benefit. I can swing it either way. If I'm staying a little bit further back, I do get close to 60% crit chance. But if I am pushing up into the enemy, I do get that 25% extra crit damage. So both ways, it can play very nicely. And I am doing a significant amount of damage, even though I'm not really invested fully into damage. So it's not really that big of an issue for me. Again, one of the biggest parts of actually surviving Summit is actually just surviving. Because like I said in my last video, it doesn't matter how much damage you can do if you can't actually deal any damage. If you are on the ground, you're not dealing damage. If you can't shoot the enemy because they just, as soon as you stick out of cover, they just knock you down, then again, there's no point in it. So this build actually allows me to deal the damage that I actually have. So that is a huge benefit. Now for the more run and gun version of this build. In this case, I've got a PP19 with strained on it, so I do get extra crit hit damage. And, again, building on that Coyote mask, so I'm getting, extra crit hit damage, extra crit chance. There's just a lot of benefit and a lot of synergy there. Now this one, it does have damage to armor. I should probably roll that to, damage to targets out of cover. But either way, it works just great. My second weapon is the Mop, and you've seen this one already, but it gives you the 10% armor on kill, but it also gives me the 10% armor on kill over 5 seconds or 20% for a headshot because I'm using preservation on it. Now with this variation, the two main differences besides for the two weapon changes, are the chest piece and the shield. So with this chest piece, I am using a Gilligard, which does gives me 5% total armor. But this basically has the best combination of the stats that I actually want. So if I could get a Bellstone or something like that with these stats, that's probably what I would actually use. But this one is what I have right now. It does have crit damage, repair skills, and a crit damage mod on it. Now repair skills comes in really handy with the Artificer Hive, and kinetic momentum again comes in very handy with the Artificer Hive. So when I basically have two skills not on cooldown or in use, I'm building up a stack. And that stack will end up giving me 60% skill repair, which just allows me to repair more of my shield. And since I am using the Crusader shield, so that I have, I can put out more damage quicker, right? I mean, the Liberty Pistol is great, but it just doesn't have the same DPS as a fully automatic weapon. So what this build does is it allows players who don't normally like using pistols an option to actually go through the legendary content with a shield that is strong enough to survive the legendary content. I have used it to take down the Chungas above 81, and it does work. I do generally have to focus on their ammo belt and then shoot them while they're basically fixing that, and then basically as soon as they reload, I shoot the ammo belt again. But it does allow me to do that. It allows me to actually aim at them. It allows me to aim at their Stinger Hive backpack, whatever that thing's called. So I can take that out, I can take out their ammo, and I can kill them. And this is pretty much the same thing for any enemy. Like, I have enough strength on my shield that I can kill them before they can take me out. Am I going to be able to, is it going to be able to stand up to like 40 enemies just blasting me? No, it's not. But I can take out the rushers without worry. I can take out, any of the medics without worry. I can push out a little bit to take out a medic that's reviving people. I can, go to an objective and hold the objective, with some modest use of cover. So it does have its advantages here. So this build is definitely one of my favorites to use. Now, it's nothing flashy, it's nothing fancy, it just works. And it can pretty much work for anybody because it's hands-free for the most part. You just need to focus on killing things. That's it. You focus on the shooting, and then your build will make sure that you're taken care of. All you have to do is just monitor your shield's health, and if it gets a little bit low, you duck back, and because of that 60% bonus from the kinetic momentum, and then when you combine that with the repair skills that you get from the Alps, from the Gilligard chest piece, you combine that with the skill tiers that you have from your knee pads and from the Technician, you're basically going to have a Artificer Hive that is going to be repairing you for, pretty close to like 70%. So as long as you're very mindful of where your shield's at, you can pretty much keep this shield up throughout the entire fight, throughout every encounter, and not have to worry about it too much. So really the end result of this is you have a shield that can stay alive, that can repair itself constantly, that allows you to play more of the run and gun playstyle that you may enjoy. It allows you to push up into the enemy while killing them and being able to actually survive it. It's not invulnerable, but you can take out enemies. You can deal the damage. You can push, right? You don't have to sit back, hide in a doorway. You can take the fight to the enemy, which basically keeps it from being an incredibly, incredibly boring event, right? Everything is super boring if you just have to sit in one spot and wait for the enemy to move towards you. That's not fun. This allows you to make it more fun. This allows you to run and gun. So I like it. I enjoy it. I hope you guys give it a try. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.